Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious homemade blueberry streusel pound cake from scratch. Now, this is basically a large coffee cake. It has lots of blueberries. You can have it for breakfast, a dessert, and it also has a delicious and crunchy streusel topping right on top. This recipe, you can get about 20 or more servings because it is a pound cake, of course. It's flavorful, full of blueberries, and absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all you need to make your homemade blueberry streusel pound cake. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some Swan's Down cake flour or all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using both for this recipe. And along with that, you will need some sugar, brown sugar, salt, baking powder, baking soda, 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature, that's going to be for the cake, and 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter cold, that's going to be for the streusel topping. And along with that, you will also need some butter flavored vegetable shortening cold, 3 tablespoons of that for the streusel topping. You will also need some large eggs at room temperature, whole milk at room temperature, sour cream at room temperature, vanilla extract, butter extract, cake batter extract, 1 pint of fresh blueberries, some chopped pecans, and some Quaker oats. And for your tools, you will need a small food processor, some Baker's Joy nonstick baking spray, and to bake your cake, you will need a Fat Daddy-O tube pan. This is a 15 cup in capacity tube pan. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started with our streusel topping. In a small food processor, add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Pulse this 3 times. Add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, cold, and 3 tablespoons of butter flavored vegetable shortening, cold. Since I'm using a small food processor, I'm going to blend this for 20 seconds. If you're using a large food processor, you'll just have to pulse this about 10 to 12 times or until the butter and the shortening is cut into the flour. Okay, I placed my flour mixture into a large food processor. Add 1 1/2 tablespoons of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of Quaker oatmeal, and 1/4 cup of chopped pecans. Pulse this about 12 to 15 times or until the mixture starts to come together. And from there, we're finished making our streusel topping. Place this into your refrigerator for 30 minutes or until the batter for the cake is ready. Okay, let's get started with preparing our blueberries. I've added my blueberries into the strainer. Rinse the blueberries off with cold water. As you can see, some blueberries might have a little stem on them. Just take your fingers and remove that. Okay, let's get started with the dry ingredients. In this mesh strainer with a medium-sized bowl underneath it, add 3 cups of cake flour or all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift all the ingredients into this medium-sized bowl. Stir all your ingredients together. Okay, let's get started with our wet ingredients. In a separate medium-sized bowl, if you're using cake flour, which I'm using, add 1 cup of whole milk at room temperature and 2/3 cup of sour cream at room temperature. If you are using all-purpose flour, add 2/3 cup of whole milk at room temperature and 2/3 cup of sour cream at room temperature. Next, add 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of butter extract, 1 teaspoon of cake batter extract, and for my secret ingredient, I'm going to add a little bit of almond extract in there. About a 1/2 teaspoon of that will do. Don't tell nobody. Stir all your ingredients together with a whisk until combined. Alright, let's get started with the preparation of our cake batter. So in our stand mixer bowl fitted with the paddle attachment, you can also use a hand mixer as well. Add 3 sticks of unsalted butter softened and at room temperature, right on in there. And 2 2/3 cups of sugar. Start your mixer on a low speed just to get that butter and sugar incorporated. Turn your mixer up to the highest setting. Mix this on high speed for 6 minutes. At some point during those 6 minutes, stop your mixer and scrape down the sides of your bowl. Continue mixing that in. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Start your mixer on a medium speed and add 5 large eggs in at room temperature, one at a time. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Next, we're going to alternate the cake flour or all-purpose flour mixture and the milk and sour cream mixture into the batter 3 separate times. Add the first amount of the cake flour or all-purpose flour mixture and the first amount of the milk and sour cream mixture. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add the second amount of the cake flour or all-purpose flour mixture and the second amount of the milk and sour cream mixture. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add the third amount of the cake flour or all-purpose flour mixture and the third amount of the milk and sour cream mixture. Mix this on a medium-low speed for about 15 to 20 seconds or until combined. Alright, scrape down the sides of your bowl. Add 1 pint of fresh blueberries right on in there. Fold the blueberries into the batter using a spatula. From there, our blueberry pound cake batter is now ready. Spray your tube pan with the Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Pour your prepared cake batter into the tube pan. Spread the cake batter around your tube pan as evenly as possible with a spatula. To make the batter more even, shake your pan. Tap the bottom of your baking pan with your hand. Here I have some extra blueberries. This is about 5 ounces in weight. Carefully place the blueberries directly on top of the batter. Add a generous amount of the streusel topping directly on top of the batter. I ended up using nearly all of the streusel topping. Now it is ready to be baked. Place this into a preheated 325 degree oven on the middle rack. Bake this for 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's been about 1 hour and 15 minutes now for our cake. Let's remove this out of the oven. Toothpick inserted into the cake should come out clean. Let the cake cool for about 4 to 5 hours before removing it out of the pan. Alright, it's been about 4 hours now. Cake is still pretty warm. I'm going to flip the cake over onto a flat surface first. Next, I'm going to take a serving plate and flip the cake back over onto the opposite side onto the serving plate. And after that, the cake is ready to be served. And for best results, once the cake has cooled completely, you can place it into your refrigerator overnight and serve it the very next day so that way the flavors can settle and increase overnight. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Homemade blueberry streusel pound cake, made from scratch by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Oh, it's really, really good. It tastes just like a blueberry muffin. It has a wonderful blueberry flavor. The thing I really like about this cake, it has the softness of a muffin, but it also has that density like a pound cake. Also, the cake is not overly sweet. It has just the right amount of sweetness to it. And then you have that nice little crunch from the streusel topping on top of there. Y'all, this is a fantastic, flavorful, and delicious cake to try. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.